Boso also added that the action was not undemocratic because the representatives are still able to be voted back into office. Guys.
Right, they're out for now. Alex, thank you. Thank you.
Sending a message not to storm our government buildings, right?
During January 6th, people condemnably riot and storm the Capitol, and it is described as undemocratic. In Tennessee, people stormed the Capitol, interrupt the democratic process, and use bullhorns, and if you punish them, that's undemocratic. So it's undemocratic as long as it is in disfavor with Joe Biden.
Right.
Okay, so don't get distracted by that guy whose job it is to speak about politics on TV having no ability to actually get across his point. His point was also nonsense, even if he'd been able to properly express it. What you are seeing right now is a pattern that repeats itself over and over and over in American politics, and I believe it's happening more and more in the modern era. The Republicans do something absolutely insane, something unprecedented, something horrific, something authoritarian. And then because they've done it, they then need to spend the next couple of years desperately looking for any opportunity to pretend that the other side has done it too. Every line that Donald Trump has crossed, they then have to apply to everyone. So when they're supporting actual fake news during the 2016 election, then anything they don't like becomes fake news. When he leads an actual insurrection, then if Cori Bush sits on the Capitol steps, that's an insurrection all of a sudden. It's, again, like it is constant in American politics, and it's, I guess, an easy excuse to turn to when you're on Fox News, because you know that no audience has been bludgeoned into an incapacity for critical thought than theirs.
They've had their own insurrection into people's minds.
Exactly, at least insurrected, if not incepted. They can say anything and it's fine. It doesn't have to make sense. But this was not January 6th. I feel like I should not need to point out that hundreds of cops were not sent to the hospital. No cops have committed suicide from the trauma they experienced.
No one was armed. No one was throwing things at people. No one was.
No zip ties.
Nothing.
No property damage. No nothing. No insurrection. I'm sorry, the math doesn't add up. I'm sorry that's inconvenient.
It was a protest.
It was a protest. Yes, people spoke loudly. The horror.
And it was disruptive. No question, it was disruptive. But that's it. Every disruption is when a guy runs on the field at Yankee Stadium. That's not an insurrection. That's a disruption.
Exactly. Any final thoughts, AB?
No, I'm over it. I really just want us to change, right? I think we have been talking about the fact that democracy is so fragile right now. And so I really want to see people come together to make it stronger, right? It is up to us to maintain democracy, and it is up to us to be loud and to be proud and say this is not the country that we want to be. It's out of line for us to try to teach democracy to other countries and expect other countries to get along when we can't even get along in-house. It is okay to disagree, right? And it's okay to agree to disagree. But what is not okay is to vilify people because you don't agree with them, mostly because of the color of their skin. And I think it is showing. I think also, like, just for the American people, 2024 is right around the corner. And so I hope that as a country, we are very active in who we are choosing to legislate for us, because this is the type of behavior that we are seeing. And that's really all I have to say at this point. It's heartbreaking.
Hopefully they'll be back in their position soon. In the meantime, I would have already done it. The Democrats should be there. They should be in Tennessee, or at the very least.
They will be. The vice president's going to Tennessee.
He is going?
No, she is.
Oh, you said the vice president.
Yeah, the vice president's going.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And yeah, members of Congress, people who represent that part of the country are mostly Republican, but the Democrats have said that they're going to be going, and they are already fundraising for these two guys there. This is going to be something that we're talking about in 2024. There's no question. This is a get out the vote magnet, and the story will not go away, because these two gentlemen, both of them, Jones and Pearson, are great at messaging. You know, they're fantastic at it, and so they're going to be messaging their way probably both to Congress at some point, but certainly as part of the campaign next year.
Yeah, messaging, but also strategy. Like, well, yeah, they knew, like, this protest needs. This is how you put a spotlight on a protest. Students marching should be enough, but it often isn't. But now it is.
But it became more than about the guns, which is what they wanted it to be
true.
about too. And
Exactly.
that's what they're going to try and veer this back to.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.